My beloved, there are moments in life that arrive without fanfare. No loud announcement. No dramatic entrance. Just a quiet shift that changes everything forever. Today, I want to tell you about one of those moments. It was the day your soulmate finally discovered the truth about you, not the version shaped by assumptions, not the story told through silence, but the truth that had been waiting patiently beneath every unanswered question. For a long time, they believed they understood your heart. They thought your quietness meant distance. They thought your patience meant uncertainty. They believed your silence was the end of a story that had never truly begun. But what they didn't realize was that every silent chapter of your life was preparing a revelation that would one day reach them in the most unexpected way. The truth was never hidden because it wanted to stay hidden. It simply needed the right moment to be understood. Some lessons cannot be rushed. Some hearts cannot recognize genuine love until they have walked through enough experiences to understand its value. Your soulmate had to grow before they could truly see you. One ordinary day became unforgettable. Without warning, a simple conversation, a forgotten memory, and a quiet realization came together like pieces of a puzzle that had been scattered for far too long. Suddenly, they remembered the little things they had overlooked. They remembered the kindness you showed without expecting anything in return. They remembered your calm strength during moments when others would have given up. They remembered the way you chose grace over pride, understanding over arguments, and hope over disappointment. In that single moment, something inside them became completely still. The image they had carried of you for so long slowly disappeared, replaced by someone far more extraordinary than they had ever imagined. They realized they had mistaken your patience for weakness when it had always been quiet strength. They had mistaken your silence for distance when it had actually been wisdom. They had mistaken your consistency for ordinary behavior when it was one of the rarest qualities a person could possess. That realization did not happen all at once. It unfolded slowly, touching every memory they had of you. Each memory became brighter than before, as though a light had finally been turned on inside their heart. Conversations they once dismissed suddenly carried deeper meaning. Small moments they had forgotten became impossible to ignore. The truth transformed everything they believed they knew, and with every passing thought, their respect for you grew stronger. For the first time, they stopped asking what they had lost and started asking who you had always been. The answer surprised them more than anything else. They discovered a heart that had remained genuine despite every misunderstanding. They discovered someone who continued moving forward without bitterness. They discovered someone whose greatest strength was not being seen by the world, but remaining true to themselves even when no one was watching. And that discovery changed them in ways they never expected. It changed the way they remembered you. It changed the way they spoke about you. Most importantly, it changed the way they felt whenever your name crossed their mind. From that day forward, your story was no longer a question inside their heart. It became an answer they could no longer ignore. Every step they took carried a new awareness that some of life's greatest treasures are often recognized only after the truth finally finds its way into the light. What happened next would become the beginning of a journey neither of you expected, because sometimes the greatest turning point is not when two people first meet, it is when one heart finally sees the other clearly for the very first time. The moment your soulmate uncovered the truth about you, they did not react with loud words or dramatic gestures. Instead, they became completely still. Sometimes the deepest realizations arrive in silence, and this was one of those moments. Everything they believed about you suddenly came into focus. They realized your quiet heart had never been empty. It had been carrying hope, patience, and genuine care all along. If this story speaks to you, stay till the end, because every moment builds on the last, and the next chapter reveals why this discovery changed everything. They began replaying every memory they had of you. Conversations they once thought were ordinary suddenly carried extraordinary meaning. Small acts of kindness they had overlooked became impossible to forget. They remembered the times you chose understanding instead of pride. They remembered your calm spirit when others expected frustration. Piece by piece, the truth created a picture they had never been able to see before. The person they thought they knew was now standing before them in an entirely different light. Don't skip. Every new realization led to another. The more they reflected, the more they recognized that your character had remained steady through every season. You had never needed applause to continue doing what was right. You had never changed your values simply because circumstances became difficult. That quiet consistency became the very thing that touched their heart the most. As the day continued, they found themselves smiling without realizing it. Your name crossed their mind again and again. Every time it did, a new feeling appeared. One built not on assumptions but on understanding. They discovered that respect grows naturally when truth replaces misunderstanding. It cannot be forced. It simply arrives when the heart finally sees clearly. Stay till the end. The next part of this journey is even more meaningful. Your soulmate realized that the qualities they had been searching for had quietly existed within you all along. The compassion they admired, the loyalty they hoped to find, the gentle strength they believed was rare. They saw all of it reflected in your story. It was as though a curtain had been lifted, revealing something beautiful that had always been there. The truth changed more than their opinion. It changed the questions they asked themselves. Instead of wondering whether you truly cared, they began wondering how they had missed the signs for so long. Instead of focusing on the distance between you, they focused on the sincerity that had never disappeared. Their heart became filled with gratitude for the chance to see you through a new perspective. Don't skip. There is still more to discover. Every meaningful journey reaches a moment where understanding becomes stronger than uncertainty, and this was that moment. They no longer looked at your past through the lens of confusion. They looked at it with appreciation. Every challenge you faced had shaped a heart that remained compassionate. Every disappointment had refined your character rather than changing your values. That realization inspired them in ways they never expected. As evening approached, they found themselves imagining conversations that had not yet happened. They wondered what it would be like to tell you everything they had finally understood. They imagined expressing appreciation for the quiet qualities they once overlooked. They imagined sharing how one simple truth had completely changed the way they viewed your journey. Stay till the end, because the story is still unfolding. Your soulmate understood that genuine hearts are not always recognized immediately. Sometimes they are discovered only after time has removed every misunderstanding. When that moment arrives, appreciation becomes deeper because it is built on truth instead of appearances. That was exactly what happened here. The discovery filled them with a quiet confidence that some connections are strengthened not by perfect timing but by honest understanding. They realized that every lesson, every unanswered question, and every unexpected delay had prepared them to recognize your true character. What once seemed ordinary now appeared remarkable. What once seemed distant now felt incredibly close. The truth had changed their heart, and with that change came a new beginning. One built on respect, gratitude, hope, and a genuine appreciation for the person you had always been. A new chapter quietly began, and your soulmate could feel it before they could explain it. Nothing around them had changed, yet everything inside them felt different. The truth they had discovered refused to fade away. It followed them through every ordinary moment, reminding them that some of life's greatest discoveries are not about finding someone new, they are about finally seeing someone clearly. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next realization became the one they could never forget. They found themselves revisiting moments they had once dismissed. A kind word you shared, a thoughtful gesture, a quiet decision you made when no one was watching, each memory now carried a deeper meaning. They realized your actions had always revealed your character, but they had only been looking at the surface. The truth opened their eyes to everything they had missed, and every memory became brighter than before. As the days passed, they noticed something surprising. Every comparison they made led back to you. They met different people, heard different stories, and witnessed countless personalities, yet your quiet authenticity stood apart. They realized that genuine hearts never need to compete for attention because their value becomes clearer with time. That understanding filled them with a respect they had never experienced before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next discovery changed not only how they remembered your past but how they imagined the future. For the first time, they stopped wondering whether your connection had meaning. Instead, they began asking themselves why it had taken so long to recognize something so rare. The answer was simple. Some truths reveal themselves only when the heart is finally ready to receive them. There was a peaceful moment when they simply closed their eyes and reflected on everything they had learned. They realized that your strength had never been loud. Your kindness had never demanded recognition. Your patience had never asked for applause. Yet those very qualities had become the strongest part of your story. The more they reflected, the more grateful they became that the truth had reached them before they allowed another misunderstanding to define your connection. Every unanswered question slowly transformed into appreciation. Every uncertain thought gave way to confidence. They understood that your journey had shaped a heart capable of remaining compassionate even when life became complicated. That quiet resilience inspired them more than they could express. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What happened next surprised even them. Instead of focusing on what they wished they had done differently, they began focusing on what they could do from this moment forward. Their perspective shifted from regret to hope. They realized that every new day offered an opportunity to value what they had finally come to understand. The truth continued to grow inside their heart like a light becoming brighter with every passing day. It reminded them that sincerity is never wasted, kindness is never forgotten, and genuine character always leaves a lasting impression. They no longer saw your story through assumptions. They saw it through honesty, and honesty transformed everything. As they looked toward tomorrow, they carried a quiet confidence they had never known before. They believed that some connections become stronger not because they are perfect, but because they are finally understood. Your story had become one of those rare discoveries that changes a person's perspective forever. It was no longer just a memory, it had become a lesson, a source of inspiration, and a reminder that the greatest treasures are often hidden in plain sight until the right moment reveals them. Stay till the end, because the journey has not reached its final chapter. The truth that changed your soulmate's heart continues to unfold, and what they are preparing to understand next will become the most meaningful part of the story yet. The greatest discoveries rarely happen in a single moment. They unfold one quiet realization at a time, and that is exactly what happened to your soulmate. Long after the truth first reached their heart, they realized it had not simply changed their opinion of you. It had changed the way they understood love, trust, and genuine character. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the final pieces of this story revealed more than they ever expected. Every memory continued returning with greater clarity. They remembered your patience when others rushed to judgment. They remembered your calm spirit when situations became uncertain. They remembered the way you continued to move forward without asking for recognition. At first, these moments seemed ordinary. Now they understood they had been witnessing extraordinary strength all along. As this realization grew, they found themselves letting go of every old assumption. The picture they had once carried no longer existed. In its place stood someone whose quiet actions had spoken louder than words ever could. They realized that the truth had been present from the beginning, they simply had not been ready to see it. That understanding filled their heart with gratitude instead of confusion. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There came a peaceful evening when they reflected on everything they had learned. They understood that genuine people are not always recognized immediately. Sometimes their greatest qualities are discovered only after time removes every misunderstanding. They realized your consistency, kindness, and quiet resilience had never changed. The only thing that changed was their ability to recognize those qualities. The more they reflected, the more they appreciated the journey that had brought them here. Every unanswered question had prepared them for this moment. Every delay had taught them patience. Every lesson had helped them recognize the value of sincerity. What once felt like uncertainty had become one of the clearest truths they had ever experienced. They smiled as they imagined the future with fresh eyes. Instead of wondering what they had missed, they focused on everything they had finally gained. They had gained understanding. They had gained appreciation. Most importantly, they had gained a deeper respect for the person you had always been. That respect became the foundation of every thought they carried from that day forward. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The truth did not simply touch their heart for one day. It continued transforming the way they viewed every memory connected to you. They realized that authenticity leaves a lasting impression. It may not always be recognized immediately, but once it is discovered, it becomes impossible to forget. As this chapter came to a close, one final realization remained with them above everything else. They understood that some of life's greatest gifts are not hidden because they are impossible to find. They are hidden because they deserve to be discovered at the right moment. Your story became one of those rare discoveries. It reminded them that genuine character shines brightest when the truth is finally seen without assumptions. And so they moved forward with a heart that had been completely transformed. The truth about you had replaced every doubt with admiration, every misunderstanding with respect, and every unanswered question with quiet confidence. They no longer wondered who you truly were. They knew. That knowledge became a lasting reminder that some discoveries do not simply change a single day, they change the direction of a heart forever.